Hey guys, it's Ryan with My Listing Club. In this video, I wanted to show you how to quickly and easily adjust the Mapbox icons. These are the icons that show up on the submit form or the single listings or even the Explore pages. So here I am looking at the upcoming starter site, and I'm got kind of a dark mode going here for the submit form, and I've chosen a dark map. And when you do that, by default, my listing has it applies a dark icon. It's not really a my listing thing; it's more of a Mapbox thing. But if I go in here to WP Code Box and I just disable all of my custom CSS, and let's reload this page, you'll see what I mean by what the default settings are. So here we go without any customizations. Mapbox is pulling in these icons right here, and they are a dark color by default. So if we inspect these, you have to inspect this one because you can't inspect these. You can inspect the area around it maybe. Yeah, you can't even do that. So just inspect this one right here. And then that'll get you in to start seeing what this stuff is using as far as files go. So this first one here is this control option, the drag and whatnot, zoom in, zoom out. Yeah, so not drag, so zoom in, zoom out. They call it the control button. So here you can see what the file is that's serving that up. So it's this black color and it's an SVG. So all we got to do is just take this SVG file. So like I said, like I'm showing you, we're clicked on this link right here, and that's going to give you the full URL. As you do with any URL, you want to copy what's in between the quotation marks. Okay, let's just open that in a browser. I must have missed something there, so let's see here. I'll just copy that and see what we got here. So put that in. Yeah, I must have missed something. Let me go back to the beginning of this. Oh yeah, so I've got that extra quotation in there. So you just want to make sure that it's everything in between the quotation marks. Okay, and when you do that, you're going to get the actual file right here, the SVG file. So just right click on that as you would any other image and say save as. And we'll just save this right to our downloads folder. We'll name this, so the starter site's called fit, so we could do like fit Mapbox control icon, something like that. And we save that. Then all you need to do is open this with your preferred text editor. So I like to use Visual Studio Code. It is a free product. Highly recommend it. Super powerful for working with all different types of files. So just right click on that. We're going to say open with Visual Studio Code. You could even use just simple, like if you're like on Microsoft Windows, for example, you could use Notepad, something as simple as that. So we're going to open with Visual Studio Code. And this is what the file looks like. You don't have to concern yourself with any of the stuff other than the fill value. And that's just what it sounds like. That's the color that's filling into the icon. So here we see the fill value is 333. That's just a shade of black. So in my case here for this site, I'm going to change this to, I changed it to white. So FFF is white. You can put whatever you want in there. Whatever fill color, just put in the hex color you want, and that's it. So you've got that in there, and then we're just gonna just close that file and then click save. Okay, so just like that, we've got our custom colored icon in there. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna do this one more time, and we're gonna change it to red. So open with Visual Studio Code or whatever text editor you want to use. I'm going to change the fill color to let me find a shade of red here. So I'll introduce you to another little tool I use, a hex color tool. There's tons of these kinds of tools out there. I just, for some reason, keep defaulting back to this one. Yeah, let's just use this purple color. So we'll just grab this hex code, copy that. So we're not going to do red, we'll do this purple. So go back to our SVG and just plop that right there into the fill. Okay, and close the file again, save it. All right, so now I'm in the back end of my site. I'm in WP Codebox. I'm going to do a search for Mapbox. So here is where I've got, I'm overwriting the icon. So for this, all we do is when we inspect this, we grab, this is our CSS selector right here. So it's everything before that left little bracket there. So you can even just do this, just copy all of it in here, just like that. You can go into your CSS, drop that whole thing in there. Obviously, we want our custom URL. I'm sorry, the URL to the custom file we just did, the custom icon. But I wanted to show you that's how you get the right CSS selector and what not in there. Okay, but I've already got that in there, so we're just going to use that. It's this one right here. And all we're doing here is specifying the URL to that custom SVG file we have. Okay, so I'll show you another little trick here. You can install a plugin for getting SVGs into your site. I'll show you another little trick. You can edit any page with Elementor. You can drop any icon widget into your page. Click on this, edit your icon, and click the upload SVG. So we're going to browse to our file here. And there we go. So we've got that in there. Then obviously we don't want to keep that on our page. So you can either delete it there, or you can just close the page and choose not to save it. Okay, so let's go to our media library. There's our purple SVG. We're just going to click the copy URL to clipboard link. Excuse me. We're going to go back into WP Codebox, and we're going to just drop that path right in here. So replace the path that's in there with this and save. I'm going to enable my code snippet here again so we can see our changes. So here we see how it was before. So we should see a purple icon show up now. There we go. So just like that. So depending on your branding, whatever you want to do there, whatever you think that looks good, you can change this to anything you want. Okay. So the same process for these other icons. So once you inspect this, that gets you kind of in the door, so to speak. And then if you start moving up the tree here a little bit, you'll get, there we go. So we get to those items that we need to change. We expand these, and we need to get to those individual icons. So one is this zoom in. And we don't see a URL that's exposed yet, so we know we're not all the way there yet. So let's break this down again. Let's click into this one. There we go. So now we've got our URL exposed. And you'll see that I've already done this. Okay. Looking back in WP Codebox, we see that I've already done this for the control, zoom in, and zoom out. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my media library, and I'm going to change my control icon back. Again, copy URL to clipboard. I'm going to put this right back in here. Let's refresh. There we go. Yeah, I think this is a really cool thing to add a little bit more of your branding to your starter site or your client starter site. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and it helps you guys. Please subscribe so you know when the next video comes out. Thank you. Bye-bye.